This makes me want to cry. How good it is. Uh, I am gonna have to make more money because I need to. If this is the Jack Daniels, I need to find a way to get it. Oh my God. Welcome to the blind battle of some high-end bourbons that I could never afford, but I still have because I have some very generous friends. I'm your host Sam, and this is Whiskey and SV. All right, so it's going to be an exciting episode for me tonight because I have some bourbons here that are really hard to find, and some of them are actually very expensive. But I have them because I have some generous friends that have gifted them to me. So the first one here is from my friend Matthew. It is the Lucky 7 Proprietor 14 year. The Proprietor 14 year single barrel, it's 135.4 proof. This is by far I guess, the more normal one on the list. I think the MSRP on this is like about 150, but it's hard to find, and I've seen people try to sell it for more like 250 to 300. Um, I don't know why it's that expensive, but it is. Um, the second one here is from my friend Gary, and this one is the Jack Daniels Coy Hill, um, 141.4 proof. So this is hazmat. If you don't know, Jack Daniels has a special annual release where they get the single barrels from their Coy Hill, which is the highest hill in all the cellars where they age their bourbon, and they usually have this at very high proof, 138 to 148, something like that. And yeah, they're very hard to find. I think the MSRP on them is around $50 or so, 55. But that's a complete joke because actually, like, the cheapest you'll ever find this in the secondary market will be $400 to $600. So uh, quite a rare whiskey. I'm so grateful that I got this. Last but not least on this list, I have the King of Kentucky. And I don't know what year this is, and it's a rather like a smaller sample. I think this is about like a half full, and I've already tried a little bit of it out of curiosity when I got it. So my friend Jeremy gave me this. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Um, yeah, it's this is one of those bottles that's a true unicorn. Like it's basically it's a Brown Forman product that's a single barrel, comes out every year, but the MSRP is around 350 now. I think originally it used to be around 250, and now it sells for around $1,800 on secondary market. So it's an extremely expensive bourbon. Um, and yeah, I'm just glad to be able to try them. So yeah, tonight I want to try these side by side and see if they are really that amazing. And I think even if they are, I probably will never pay the secondary price for any of these. Maybe the Proprietor. I'll try to find this. I think this is more findable. But these two are probably too hard to find, so I won't even try. Okay, so let's go ahead and pour them into these Black Glencairns and see if we can get this show on the road. All right, so let's go. Um, all right, let's just mess these up a little bit. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to first nose them, and then I'll try to taste. I think these are all like pretty high proof, so I have to be kind of careful not to get burnt. But let's see. Okay. Okay, so on this, I straight away get a pretty recognizable Jack Daniels character. And for me, that is a little bit of a nutty note, like at a peanut kind of note. It's obviously quite strong, so there's some ethanol there. But then there's like very rich caramel and vanilla notes. Yeah, just kind of fruity, but like very rich caramel and vanilla and uh, brown sugar, kind of like a burnt brown sugar note. That is an excellent nose. Okay, let's try the second one. Oh wow. So again, a pretty strong bourbon nose, like very, again, like rich caramels and vanilla with brown sugar. It's missing the nutty note from the other one, so pretty sure this is not the Jack Daniels. Yeah, so I have to be careful to not to burn my nose because yeah, they're all pretty high strength. Okay, last one. Oh wow, this is distinctly different. Honestly, I get a little bit of a peanut note on this as well, but just again, very strong bourbon, caramel, vanilla, kind of brown sugar kind of notes. Okay, right off the bat, I don't have any strong guesses. I am, except for I think this one is probably the Jack Daniels. Yeah, I get it, that distinct nutty like peanut kind of note on this, which is like my signature marker for Jack Daniels. This one is, I think I get a little bit of rye in this as well. This one is much more sweet, and it comes across as more of a Brown-Forman character. So if I was to guess right now, I would say this is the Jack Daniels, this is the King of Kentucky, and this is the Proprietor. Although I could be getting these two wrong, because honestly, like this one comes across as more proofy. It has more of a burn. Okay, so I'm gonna start with what I think is the Jack Daniel's Coy Hill. So this one first. Oh my god, this makes me want to cry. How good it is. It's extremely syrupy and mouth coating, kind of like dark cherry and chocolate notes. That finish is just keeps going. This sweet chocolate and syrupy note. Some oak comes out, very mouthwatering. Oh my god, that's uh, I am gonna have to make more money because I need to. If this is the Jack Daniels, I need to find a way to get it. Oh my god. Okay. Let's not get distracted. Let's move to the next one. Okay. Interesting. A lot less flavorful than this one. Some spices that tingle the tip of the tongue. There's some dryness that comes. Um, it could be the King of Kentucky, honestly, because, well, or it could be the Proprietor, because I think they have they're higher aged products, so I would expect that they would have more oak, so that like drying effect. Um, and it's ending with a little bit of kind of oak bitters at the end as well. Um, Still a very solid whiskey, but just like nothing like nothing like that one. Okay, let me try actually, I should just go to the next one and then I'll come back. Okay. Whew. Wow. I really like the nose on this. I really don't know how to describe it, but it's very different and distinct from those two. Hmm. There is a there's a bit of a sharpie note to it. Um, yeah, somewhat of an kind of a not a supernatural note, which is kind of weird. Um, it's not bad. It's just yeah, not my favorite note, to be honest. It's much nicer on the nose, I think. Yeah, obviously, like all the bourbon, vanilla, caramel, brown sugar. Um, I think this probably has more rice spice than the other ones. It's like much more spicy on the tongue. Um, yeah, my entire tongue right now is like kind of on fire from all the rice spices. Yeah, it's nice. I don't really think. I mean, I would be happy to have this. I don't know if it's like I would pay like lots of money for it, but it's decent. Um, let's go back to this one. The oak is very prominent in this. The spices are there as well. It has some fizzy cherry cola to it as well. Um, yeah, it's obviously very high proof, so I should probably like add some water. I don't want to like ruin them by adding water right now though. I'm having very small sips to make sure that I don't like burn myself. Um, I think between these two, I'm definitely preferring this quite a bit. Um, the nose is not as unique as this one, but overall, the palate and the finish on this are preferable. But this is in a league of its own, and I'm pretty sure. Oh man, there's some like red fruits, like the red cherries kind of note to it. Oh god, this is so good. Fuck. I think I'm in trouble. I need to figure out a way to get whatever this is. Um, all right. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna guess. I think I'm gonna stick with my original thing. I think this is the Jack Daniels Coy Hill. I think this is the King of Kentucky. Definitely not worth 1800. And I think this is or the Proprietor 14-year. And yeah, sure. I think it's a tad inferior to the King of Kentucky, but it really holds its own. I mean, given how cheaper it is, I would say it's much more likely to find its way on my shelf than the King of Kentucky. It is pretty solid. Yeah, but there's a little bit of that tinge of artificialness to it. I don't know what it is exactly. Very slight amount. Okay, so let's do the reveal and see. All right, this is number 2. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, no, number 2 is correct. Yeah. Okay, number 2 is the Jack Daniels. So I got this one right. Perfect. What is this? Number 1. Oh wow. Okay, so this is actually the Proprietor. Oh my god. So I got the King of Kentucky and the Proprietor mixed up. That's crazy. Number 3. Yeah. So wow. All right, so there you have it, folks. King of Kentucky happens to be my least favorite of this bunch. The Proprietor is a solid whiskey to be hunted. I think I'm gonna have to go out and find myself a bottle of this. Yeah, that's really good. And by far my favorite. And I'm in trouble because I know I'm gonna have to find one of these, a bottle of this now. This is an amazing bourbon. This is like by far my favorite bourbon to date. By far, bar none. Even my beloved Frey Ranch 938 does not hold a candle to this. And this is like a much more traditional bourbon. Like even like nosing it just makes your mouth water from all the cherry and dark fruits and the oak and caramel and vanilla. Oh my god. Yeah, this is something else. Gary, thank you so much for giving me a sample of this, but also fuck you very much for getting me hooked. And now I'm gonna have to find this. So yeah, thank you for joining me. And I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make more money so I can buy a bottle of this. Have a good night and see you next time.